this thing happening with voices on Twitter?
Yes. I've pulled up their Twitter. Egan Tilgman did a fan anime.
Wait. You mean you've pulled up X?
Shut up. I'm not calling it that. The fucking, the URL, it still says Twitter.
I know.
Of all the things not to change.
I know. Terrible.
With your ugly little logo. Anyway.
Yeah, your ugly little porn site logo.
It's like a little animator named Egan Tilgman, Eggtab on Twitter, made a animation of like Scooby-Doo X crossover with Five Nights at Freddy's. It's really cool. It looks like you know, Moral Orville, that show on Adult Swim, or was.
Yeah,
it looks like that.
Yeah. Oh, cool.
Really cool. 10 minutes. Really, really solid piece of fan work. Love to see it. But they did catch some heat for it. As you know, AI has been a pretty hot topic since it has reared its ugly little head on the internet.
Of
and
course.
this creator happened to use a bit of AI for the voice act. They did hire some voice actors for some of the lines, but I guess they either ran out of money or there were some extra lines they wanted to do that the voice actor couldn't do anymore. So they used AI to fill in the gaps.
Sure, as one does.
And people got upset at that.
Yeah.
Partly just, there's like the reactionaries who are upset if they see the word AI, even if they don't really comprehend what's happening. Like what they did with Spider-Verse.
Right.
Then there's the people who are kind of just mad that, well, one, there's a lot of voice actors out on the internet, including ones that will work for free.
Right. Yeah, all the unknown ones.
Yeah, so and impersonators, so they jump straight to using an AI Shaggy that is most definitely not ethically made. Sus.
True. Although, it is kind of funny, people will fall on their sword about this thing, but then not get upset, like, using TikTok filters and things like that.
Right.
When those voices are definitely AI generated.
Yeah. Draw the line. Keep it there.
Right. You gotta, if you're gonna fall on this, you gotta fall on that as well. I see the arguments from both sides, though I'm not upset about either. You know, like, I'm not upset people use AI generated things, but I also don't really care either way.
I wouldn't use it. I'll give it like a 2 out of 10 on the scale for him using it, but it's like, it's a fan work, and so he's not making any profit off of it. That's the biggest. It was
probably just meant to be funny.
Yeah,
as well.
It's just funny. He's just having a grand time.
Like, just let it be. If he was trying to make money off it, then I probably would have more of a clear stance.
Yeah, but no, it's on.
I might actually care
on YouTube for free, and it's made with a lot of care, and it's not even entirely AI. It was just to fill in some gaps.
Right. Well, that's pretty funny though that they picked Shaggy, because Shaggy's an easy voice.
It is. Everyone is a Shaggy.
Which, yeah, go to any voice actor worth their salt, and they should have some semblance of a Shaggy.
You could shout outside on a megaphone looking for a Shaggy, a Rick, a Morty, or a Batman.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Or Kermit.
Yeah, Kermit's another one. Or a Peter.
Oh yeah.
You can just go to Rhode Island and you'll find
a natural Peter.
Yeah, he won't even be a voice actor. He'd be like a lumber worker.
Peter, the lumber worker.
Oh man, weird stuff, weird times.
Yeah, but they issued an apology, so everyone's chill with them now, or everyone who's not a weirdo.
Yeah.
And then,
the things you find on X.
Stop calling it that. Don't you encourage this nonsense. I can't wait for him to like bring it back around full circle and be like, I can't believe you guys are refusing X's name change. Aren't you guys all about that kind of stuff? Since he's most...
They're gonna do it. They're gonna pull the 180 like when Family Guy killed Brian.
Yeah, and then unkilled him.
Like it was a joke the whole time.
Psych.
We just undid it.
Oh man.
Uno, they just... Musk just tweets like Uno reverse card and puts everything back to normal.
Bro saw heaven and still came back an atheist.
Amazing. Welcome back to episode 86 of Your Ridiculous.
Whoa.
Howdy everybody, my name is Luke. I am one of your hosts. With me as always, your other host, Wolf.
That's me. Ish.
Just us. Ish. Why ish?
You'll never know.
Are you...
Or you'll figure it out.
I feel like I should know more than the audience. They're fools. They don't know.
That's why we were here to enlighten them every episode.
That's right. That's why they watch the content. That's what they're here for. This week, you've come to listen to Wolfie talk about the Overwatch shorts.
Yeah!
And not the clothing. Don't give me a pity laugh.
Had to give you something.
Last week, we talked about Jujutsu Kaisen Season 2, the first 5 episodes.
Yeah!
That's over and done with.
Indeed. And, we do the rest, but the rest isn't releasing for like another 2 months. That's right. That's quite the release schedule if I've ever seen one.
A bold choice on their end.
4-week break, then you get the rest.
That's right. And as always, wrapping it up with a question of the week from Rainie, who is, of course, nowhere to be found.
Being held hostage by her baby.
True. As one often is in babyhood.
Can't relate.
You've been around babies before.
Other way around.
The babies have been around you?
Sure. Anyways.
What is the other way around?
Anyways,
Overwatch. You do the math. Overwatch? What is it?
Overwatch.
Or what is the shorts?
Oh.
We know what Overwatch is.
Finally, four, maybe, no, more than 4. It's gotta be like 6, 7 years. We are finally getting the story of Overwatch.
4.
The lore. We got the Overwatch shorts. We got Overwatch Invasion, which is the Overwatch story mode they were supposed to launch with, but now it's just going to be a series of events.
Yeah.
And we've got books and other supplemental comics of naturally. But we're mainly talking about the shorts.
How have they only just? I was gonna say, how have they only done books just now?
Well, there was a graphic novel, but they canceled it, and I was sad to see it canceled. It was probably for the best because it was probably not ready, like the story itself.
Okay.
It was good. It felt like one of those things to like appease the fans, because the fans, they really like Soldier and they really like Reaper. So it looked like the crew was going to lean hard in on that. But it's probably best that they didn't.
They want to see Winston clap some
That's
cheeks.
Right.
Or get clapped. Whatever you're
Yeah, no discrimination for him. Switch.
Or anyone.
Anyways.
So what are the shorts? What is the story?
So the shorts, it starts pretty much at the beginning with how Omnix came to be. I like it. It's a like animated 2D, animated, vaguely anime style. It's like that unique Overwatch anime style, which everyone loved when they did the Doomfist like trailer all those years ago, and then they never did it again. I guess it wasn't in the budget.
It was in the budget. God.
I know, right? It was so good. Seeing, especially Anna Tracer, she translates real well to 2D. That's nice. The short where, like, Doom rips off her, like, that thing she wears on her chest, so she gets lost in time again.
Mm-hmm.
This time, more temporary.
Good. Good for her.
But yeah. So you got, I think, right, Emily Lee, I'm not good with names. We're better with faces. She made, like, the first, like, sentient robot. Like, it was alive. It was granted human rights. And then...
Okay. Always a good plan.
And it worked out really, really well. But, until it didn't.
Of course, that's how it always goes.
Indeed. So there's like the Omnix. At first they were just robots, like humanoid servant robots. But then this new one, the first sentient Omnix, she pulled a Jesus Christ and gave up her life to like give all the Omnix sentience. Because there was this big war. So there were other types of robots that were mostly created for war, and then AI called the Anubis program that was like, it was a god. It dictated every aspect of this little town in Egypt. Nice. It controlled the water, the agriculture, and it controlled the speed at which the cows crossed the lawn. All that good stuff. Oh, and shock and lo and behold, it became evil. It made the classic AI trope and it looked at the data and went, maybe humans are the problem.
Yeah, it's funny how often that becomes the answer.
And sought to erase them, causing infinitely more damage than if they had just left the humans alone. Because the world of Overwatch is kind of utopia. It's actually post-war, but even like during the war, they've got prosthetics for dogs. Like really high-tech prosthetics.
That's a tie-in for our question of the week.
Kind of is.
We'll get to that later.
So the very first Omnic, the Iris, sacrificed herself to give the Omnic sentience so they could choose to stop fighting, and most of them did choose to stop fighting the humans.
Okay.
And yeah, now she's more of like a religious figure to the Omnics, though she may or may not still exist somewhere up in the cloud.
Interesting.
And that's
the first episode?
Yeah,
or?
That's the first short. Well, because it's a short, it was probably just going to be one episode, but tight budget.
Right.
So it was released in 3 parts, like 15 minutes total.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that's the whole story.
That's the start of the story.
Oh, that's just the one.
Yeah. Knowing all the Overwatch lore, this is kind of what people have been waiting for. You got to see like the original Overwatch. Because outside of the like robot ascending and descending things, we get to see like the original Overwatch, which was the core group of Ana, Soldier 76, Winston, Reinhardt, and Torbjorn.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like their glory days before everything went wrong. And while we're not still quite sure why things went wrong, you can kind of see it in between the lines. Post war. They continued acting as vigilantes, and while they did have like the international support because they saved the whole world, doing their vigilante thing, they start taking things a little too far, as like assassinating problem people, and not even like they're not assassinating dictators, they're assassinating like mild annoyances, turf wars, like a bit extra, a bit much.
Man, someone stole from a granny crossing the street, and they just nuked him.
Take him down, break his spine.
Obliterated. break his spine, leave him paralyzed in the street.
Yeah. There was like a secret Overwatch called Blackwatch, which is where they did that's where they did their extra bad dealing, because Overwatch itself was doing bad things too.
Okay.
Out of control. and then there's the newest cinematic, of which I forget the name of, but it ties in directly to the new event, Overwatch Invasion. And it starts with Sojourn, Overwatch's first black character, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's pretty recent,
black woman,
right?
To be clear.
Sure.
But yeah. I'll give him a little bit of ease on that front, because although it did take them 5 years to release a black woman character, she did turn out to be the most important character to start the story. And that's why she was delayed.
The character finally fell in line with like what they needed out of the diversity chart.
That's right. It wasn't time, but now's the time.
The stars are aligning. This is finally when to release the character.
They figured out curly hair physics, so her hair stopped looking like actual cotton.
Okay. Hair is pretty difficult, though.
A little bit, but fake it.
Yeah. Right, yeah. There's still plenty of ways to make it look decent.
Yeah. Lucio's looks pretty solid, but then you get Sojourn, I'm like, what's on her head?
Yeah. I guess hair's not that hard. It's when you want it to, like, flow naturally.
Yeah.
That's when you get to really awkward shit.
Yeah. They got it right, though.
Nice.
She was a part of Overwatch, but she wasn't part of the original 5. She joined afterwards. It was kind of like their what's the opposite of superior?
Inferior?
They're inferior.
Nice.
They're worker. But now the core 5 sort of have beef against her because she testified against them in the big court case that it was their Sokovia Accords, basically ended vigilantism, and then because it actually went through, Overwatch got investigated and they got caught for all their bullshit.
This is not at all what I thought the story would be.
Oh, what were you expecting?
Not fucking, I don't really know. But not, some shady group getting investigated by the government for all the war crimes they committed.
Yeah, and they are still continuing to commit war crimes to this day. Though now they're now still acting as vigilantes. Some better at it than others. What's his face? Soldier 76. So there's the 2 captains. It was Morrison, Soldier 76, and then there's Gabriel Reaper, the edgy guy. One was captain of Overwatch, and one was secret captain of secret Overwatch. Now Reaper is now working with Talon, who's like the mid-level big bad, because now there's other big bads. We thought they were the big bad, they were not. It got bigger.
There's a bigger big bad.
And then there's a biggerer big bad.
There's always a bigger fish.
Indeed there is. And what's her face? Sombra, our lovely hacker. She's trying to figure out who the biggest bad is.
Right.
She's probably like the biggest lore-heavy trailer we really got. She's a hacker. She's looking for secrets, and she's looking for what's really going on. Because what's happening like on a surface level on the battlefield doesn't quite make sense Allegiant-wise, because we have Talon, and then we have Vishkar, and then we have the Iris, and then Anubis, which might be, of course it's back, naturally. In some way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You don't really get rid of that kind of thing. It goes into hiding.
Right. It powers down for
Yeah. And lost my train of thought, so I'll just jump somewhere new.
Sure.
There's a book called Overwatch Sojourn. I haven't read it yet, but I do have it. But it's on the list. Probably got even more lore in it. Probably everything related to Sojourn. Because,
I would assume so.
She technically betrayed Overwatch. And they're bitter about it. I don't think they have any right to be bitter about it, considering all they did.
Well, who's bitter about it?
The core Overwatch, original Overwatch agents.
Oh, okay.
There's like, if they like kill her in like mid-game, they have like salty voices. I'm like, no one to protect you now.
Right.
As if they weren't murking people on the side for the hell of it. And they're still doing it. Some justified, some not.
Probably more not than justified.
Yeah. And now the current event, there's so much lore, but we'll go into the current event, which is Overwatch Invasion. We have the new, slightly higher big bad, Ramatra. He's an Omnic. He's built, he's hot. He's built like a truck. He's one of like the big bulky, Omnics that there aren't that many of. But his thing is that like Omnics, they're chill now. They have free will. But, humans are gonna human. And every time, when an Omnic, they're not allowed to make more Omnics, because of what happened. So every time an Omnic dies, that's one less Omnic, and eventually they will go extinct if humans keep fucking them up. And there are beings that should be, like, technically immortal, being, like, robots. But they're, like, getting assassinated, like, by snipers. Or beaten to death in the streets. And he's like, you know what, I think I've had enough. He used to be at the monk monastery. So, like, the solution Omnics have kind of had is like, go off somewhere alone to, like, the safe haven. And he's like, what if we did that, but on a whole nother level?
Okay.
And even this one caught me off guard a bit, because when he's introduced, he seems like that standard, like the Marvel villain. Like, they have a really good point, but they're going about it in, like, the most evil way possible.
Yeah.
And it seems very much like, he's just, like, pulling an Uno reverse on the whole genocide thing.
Yeah.
Eye for an eye type of thing. No. I'm still trying to find a good place on the map to, like, really listen to his speech. Because it's playing, but it's, like, obscured by, like, the ambient noise.
Okay.
To hide the lore from me, clearly.
Mid-game, trying to listen to the lore. Don't kill me, guys. I need the deep lore. Just opening, like... Because Overwatch has public chat, doesn't it?
I'm like, I know I'm supposed to be healing you, but just give me a second. Let me just listen to my husband speak for a bit.
Gain all the lore.
Yeah. But yeah, very much, instead of like, genocide, his ultimate goal, technically, is to protect the Omnics. To preserve what's left of them so they stop, so they don't get completely wiped out. And you think, he's gonna do what Anubis did and just genocide all the humans, make the world a safer place. No! His big plan, his big idea is a mass forced suicide. He is rounding up all the Omnics by force using like weird machines that like basically stick them into a coma. Like they're unhurt, they're not in pain, they just can't move, they can't wake up, etc., etc. And his plan is to take them and put them into the iris, reunite all of them into the iris. But like, that's as far as we know from what we understand of the Iris, that's suicide. It's like it's like someone going, I'm gonna kill everyone in the room so we can go to heaven, so we can be safe in like the land of Jesus Christ. Because the Iris is just a person.
It's like what was it that the guy who ran the church that like convinced all the
Kool-Aid one,
all the children. Yeah, the Kool-Aid one to like all kill themselves.
Yeah, that very much like that.
Yeah,
I'm like, wow, that's I'm digging it. It's not the Marvel hero or Marvel villain, quote unquote. That is
hero, not the Marvel.
That is quite the plan.
Ultron. Yeah, that is a plan.
I can't quite get on board with that one.
Oh man.
Yeah, so I think they're calling null sector, and yeah, that's the big linchpin. And then we've got all the minor minor. They're probably all gonna convene in some way, because they're all kind of connected according to Sombra's origin story.
So where do you think they're gonna continue from here? Like how is this gonna progress into a meaningful story?
So in the events at the start and ending of each event, they gave us 3 to start and then 1 bonus one that's temporary. There's a cinematic. Yeah, so there's a bunch more cinematics, and then there's in-game lore that you can read that I still need to finish reading because it's just a lot of reading.
Right. Yeah.
Some of it's going over stuff you kind of already know, some of it's new stuff, etc. So the event, first mission, Lucio, he's like a DJ and technically a terrorist. But not like the Overwatch style of terrorist, he's a justified terrorist. They're they call him a terrorist, but he's very much the one in the right.
So the Overwatch ones are not?
Some sass.
Yeah, the ones that committed
the ones that committed actual war crimes. Lucio,
the Overwatch team, yeah.
Lucio lives in their equivalent of Hawaii, and they're trying to make it not be colonized. And
I keep forgetting that Overwatch is the name of the team and you're not just talking about the game.
Yeah, it gets confusing. The core group is the strike team.
Okay, we'll call it the strike team. Yeah. Those terrorists.
Yeah, no, those ones are the terrorists.
Strike team terrorists.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
And he calls for help. Because Winston, he wasn't as a part as the original strike team because he was still a child, gorilla equivalent of a child, but he was there being created, being made into the big intelligent gorilla, along with Hamster, the hamster inside the wrecking ball.
Is that the name, Hamster?
His name is Hampton, something like that.
Hampton.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hammy, Hammy the hamster.
What's the character's name in the game?
The hamster. Oh, his code name's Wrecking Ball.
Right.
His name's Hammy.
Yeah, I couldn't remember the.
They were both animal experiments that were being done on the moon to make intelligent animals because we apparently didn't learn from the robots.
Why would you pick a hamster of all things?
Apparently they're really smart. They took the colony. It was just all the smartest, all the animals that had the capabilities to be smart, and they've stuck them there.
Pick a fucking dolphin.
There were dolphins and dogs.
Okay.
Yeah. They probably died. Because there was an uprising on the moon colony from these experiments.
Huh. And the hamster and Galera made it.
Yeah. I think what happened was, which is how it happened for a lot of different. Overwatch got shut down, yeah, but then they had all these operations everywhere, but they just abandoned it. They didn't forward the message that this is canceled now. This is over. But you're gonna stay on the moon until you die. You don't get to come back. And also in Antarctica, where they were researching theirs, they just left the researchers there, and they all fucking died except one because the power went out. They ran out of power.
That sounds like exactly what we did to the chimps we sent in space.
That is true.
Or dogs or whatever the fuck.
All of them. Oh, every animal we have sent into space.
Whatever animal we sent into space and
a tragedy. The only justifiable one probably could be the monkeys or apes. At least they knew what was going on.
Listen, we gave him the tools to survive.
Perhaps.
I meant the Overwatch.
Oh,
team.
yes.
Yeah, we didn't do shit for the ones that we act like IRL sent.
Yeah. But yeah, Ramatra, Null Sector, he's launching a worldwide attack all at once, so everyone needs help. So everyone's kind of turning a blind eye to Overwatch reconvening because everyone's dying.
We'll let the terrorist group reform.
Yeah, for now.
Oh, he kind of looks cool. I just googled him.
Which one?
Ramatra.
Oh yeah, he's great. Quality design.
Yeah, he looks pretty sick.
He fucks.
I like the stick.
That's the stick.
Oh yeah, he fucks. He fucks for sure.
Oh man.
Oh, I just saw the clip. Oh, maybe that's Overwatch Heroes. Is that the name of it?
Overwatch Heroes. Oh,
I'm looking at what I think is a picture of the art from the.
What did you type in exactly?
Ramatra.
Oh.
And it's like the second one. I sent it in Discord.
Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. That's his little army. Those ones aren't Omnics, they're robots.
Cool. Fair enough. But he is an Omnix.
Yes.
Yeah. Pretty cool. Does his staff do anything?
Yeah, that's where he lets for that. He shoots.
Nice.
He shoots. He's Discord, which is not a concept that's been really explained. It's more of it's science. It's magic, but not magic because it's sci-fi. Yeah, that type of thing.
Fair enough. I'll accept it. Interesting.
Yeah, so you get to play as the new Overwatch, proper Overwatch, coming in and trying to save all the people and stop Null Sector from doing whatever they're actually trying to do, which is they don't know. They're just trying to stop the attacks, one step at a time.
Yeah.
For now, it seems like he's just trying to round up the Omnics that are still out there.
Mm-hmm. For the mass suicide.
Yes, for the mass suicide. Oh my god.
Incredible.
He lost me. Lost me. Took his hard right turn.
Listen, I know that all the writers are on strike right now, but what the fuck is going on in that development team?
so much.
To come up with this story.
Yeah, you know, they exceeded what I expected. Gotta hand that to them.
So you like
I do like it. It just threw me for a loop. Because it's better than what it seemed like they were hinting at.
Okay, so it sounds convoluted, but it actually fits with what they're doing.
Because I do hate the thing where the villain is very much right, but then they turn around we should house the homeless and feed the hungry, and also legalize murder. Bomb everyone.
Bring in the Clinton voice. Bomb them. Keep bombing them. Thank you, Hillary. Very cool.
Amazing. Pretty quality missions. I enjoyed them. They weren't out of this world, but we're kind of past the point of out of this world PvE missions. It was solid. It was quality. It wasn't buggy, and I enjoyed the story being told.
Listen, you can't ask for much more than those things.
People.
That's pretty much, the three key features for success.
Indeed, people are impossible. And now there's a new hero. Now we're really getting into the lore.
Oh, who's
her name is Illari. She is based on the Inti, which I was so wrapped up in how it sounds like inting that I forgot to ever look up what that is. But they're essentially they're equivalent to a Mayan civilization. I think they're a real civilization.
Okay.
Or they were.
It's possible. Sure.
And her people, they harness the power of the sun. They get blessed by their sun god, except it's not a god because it's sci-fi, so it's something else.
right. It's some sort of deity.
Yeah. And when she got it was her turn to get to be made one of the Sun Warriors. Everything exploded and everyone but her died.
Oh,
and she's
good.
not really sure why, and she can't even research why because the explosion destroyed everything. But I think I know.
Okay, what do you know? What do you think?
So there's a different character I haven't mentioned. His name is Sigma. He was a researcher. I know. Who who researched gravity, and he wanted to harness the power of gravity. And his trek to do so led him to insanity, but he harnessed the gravity. So now he controls gravity.
He's like the orb guy in Into the Spider-Verse or Across the Spider-Verse. Whatever the fuck is goddamn movie's called. It's all the same shit.
He's like, he has touched something. He touched Pandora's box, and so he suffers the consequence of it. So although he's now very powerful, his mind couldn't keep up with it. So he's also very passive, unless provoked.
Okay.
His thing is like melody, and in his trailer, if you play his trailer and Ilari's trailer at the same time, like start to hit play at the same time, there are certain events. A certain event lines up. The moment when the whatever machine Ilari is in, it like explodes. The thing that was going to turn her into a warrior, which it did succeed. So it was like right at the end. In Sigma's trailer, it's like right before, during his like being broken up by Talon because he was imprisoned for like being insane and dangerous. There's like he says his like classic line, "What is that melody?" Then it's silence, and in that silence is when the explosion happens. She's like, and it's like, so I think whatever happened, he had something to do with it. Because I feel like he's gravity, she's the sun, related.
Yeah, they're pretty related.
Black hole, not just gravity, but black holes. Black holes eat suns.
Right. Yeah. They do.
I think it's either...
Well, they eat everything. They're non-discriminatory.
I think either at that moment he may have tapped into the quote-unquote melody, which then made any other person related to this type of thing also tap into that melody. I would not be surprised if Ramatra has heard the melody, Ilari, the new one, has heard the melody, and a couple others, which is probably like their driving factor.
Yeah.
Because I think the melody is more of a message that we can't quite comprehend, but we get the vibe of.
Is Ilari a playable character
yet,
or is she coming out?
She's out.
Is she any good?
She's solid. She's quality. She's a support. She's a pretty fun support.
Yeah. Nice.
She's got like a gun. Solid gun.
Well, they all have guns?
Not all of them.
More than half of them have guns?
Fine, more than half. She puts out like healing turrets. She can place them anywhere in the world, throw them anywhere in the world, they'll stick to a wall or whatever, and it heals your teammates. Okay. Her alt fire is also healing, but it's like a short burst. She's mostly a damage doer, and her heals are mostly from the turrets. And her ult is like, she jumps up into the sky and she blasts down the power of the sun. And it goes through shields, which is kind of funny lore-wise, because of course they go through the shields. The shields are harnessing the power of light.
Oh, the deep lore within the mechanics.
Yeah, I love to see it.
Yeah, the overlap is good.
I can't wait for the day in game that I get to combine my Brig shield with Rainie's shield like they do in the cinematics.
Is Ramatra playable or not?
Yeah. He's
a
tank.
Wow, you got a bunch of new ones. Nice.
He's great. He is the only other tank I'm good at besides Ryan. Real simple.
What does he do?
He's got his shield. He's the one that he transforms. So he's got like his normal form and then his nemesis form. He like bulks up, kind of like that one smite god.
It's the whey protein.
The whey protein.
That's what the protein's called, right?
I think so. I don't know.
You don't even know.
He's great. He's got the longest ultimate in the game. Because if someone's standing in it, it gets extended. And it used to.
Oh, Smite just came out with one thing like that.
Oh, what a choice! Because it used to never end if someone was in it. So if you had two Ramatras, that's it. They're gonna fight forever. They recently put a cap.
So is it like a damage?
Yeah, it's like a
thing, or what does it do?
It's like a circle around him that does constant damage.
Okay, that's funny. Smite just came out with a new goddess, which she's like one of the Mayan gods. She's like goddess of like the moon and like fertility and that sort of thing. And her ult is like a gigantic laser beam that like it deals a bunch of damage to enemies and heals allies if they're standing in the center of it, or if they're standing like in the laser beam anywhere.
Oh, it does it all.
And if you heal and do damage, it extends. It keeps extending.
Amazing.
So like you want to hit at least one ally and one enemy, because then you'll just like it goes for like 6 or 7 seconds.
That's amazing. That's so
crazy.
long.
It's great.
Yeah, we're gonna get nerfed.
Oh yeah, well.
Yeah.
They don't nerf anybody ever.
Youre's ult is cool. It introduces a new mechanic called Sunstruck or something. Basically, it marks a character who's been hit by it, and if they take so much damage in a certain amount of time, while they still have the mark, they'll just instantly take like a big chunk of damage. It's basically an insta kill if you hit the mark.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I like stuff that rewards you for like hitting one thing and then like building off of that.
Yeah, it's a long time too. I'll get smacked with it and I'll try to run away and go like hide, and they'll just hunt me down and shoot me one more time. And I'm dead.
Sniff after you.
Like a dog.
Ooh. A lot of stuff going on in Overwatch.
Yeah, we're finally kicking it off after 7 years.
This is even more so what Overwatch 2 should have been.
I know, right? They should have started with this, frankly.
Yeah. Instead, they started with a copy of the same game.
They needed, what, not even a full year more of development. And look what they launched. Ridiculous.
And it's been mostly successful from what I've heard.
Yeah, people had their complaints. They launched on Steam, and of course it got review bombed, but like, it's quality.
Yeah. Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, I've heard mostly good things, not just from you, but like overall, besides like the people that always complain.
Yeah. Because, what do you call it? The story's always had potential, they just never told it.
They really had to like build their player base.
Yeah, I guess.
Really rope everybody
They should
in.
have committed to the damn graphic novels. Yeah. And it looks like the next piece of like the main story, not just the event, will be probably getting into Zenyatta, because that's where I didn't expect the last cinematic. I'm like, okay, I did it, I beat it, I'm done. I'm like, what more is there to tell me? And then we zoom into Shambali, and we get to see the other half, like the pre-half before like the big, he was like the Pope of the Omnics, before he got assassinated.
Nice.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And now apparently Talon's here to either recruit or kill Zenyatta. Not sure why, but probably related to the big interconnected pieces of bigger and bigger villains.
Okay. Always something bigger to do.
Indeed.
Well, cool. I'm sure we'll do like an update show when more stuff launches.
Yeah, 2024 apparently.
Oh, of course it is. There's a lot of stuff happening in that year. I mean, I guess stuff happens every year.
We're catching up after COVID.
True. Yeah, that is true. I feel like a lot of stuff is coming out next year, but anyways, moving on. Any last bits you have to say?
Nope.
All right, moving on to Rainie's question of the week. Wolf, what do you got?
What are some of the worst things to say to someone after their dog or other pet dies?
All right, I have
Okay.
one. I'll start it off. I'll say it's for the sake of my thing that it's a dog in this case. Actually, I'm gonna. This one I think is even more brutal when it's a cat. So I'll say cat. Why are you upset? It's just a cat.
That is indeed the worst one.
That's gotta be the worst one. Any like cat is particularly brutal because a lot of criticisms about cat is that they don't do anything.
Yeah, or they don't care.
Right, that they don't like care about their owner or whatever, which is definitely not true. It's just some cats are like that. But any
listen,
pet,
if your cat acts like it doesn't like you, then it just doesn't like you, and it was something you did.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the problem with the cat; it's the problem with that you're a cat. Yeah. All right, what's one of yours?
I actually said this one today. When Julie was telling me about one of her friends, 2 of their dogs died, and I was like, at least they're together. Apparently, that was not the word to say.
I like that you're like, the question is worst things to say, and then you lead off with, I said this.
Well, and then when I said, I thought, oh, that seems reasonable, and she let me know it was not.
Oh my god. No, it's just compounding the death.
I feel like that's better. They're all lonely.
It is not.
No, I know.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
Why are you upset? Just get a new one.
Hard hitters. We'd
Yeah.
fight.
I'm pulling out all the stops.
I'll get you a new baby if I murk yours. And make another one.
Why are you upset that you were stillborn? Just make another one.
Yeah.
Just fuck again.
Oh, man.
Do you have another one?
Cool. When are we having dinner?
Damn it. I was going to say, you're going to eat that? Oh, no.
Let's see.
That one, I think, is mostly related to dogs.
Yeah, yeah. Is there anything to eat on a cat?
I mean, I imagine if there is, it's not in here. At least there's some precedent of people eating dogs.
I don't think people really eat cats. Even when they're there.
I can't imagine. Right. I don't think I would want to.
It's probably like...
Most other pets you could eat.
Like, have you picked up a cat? They're so, like, stretchy. You're gonna
they're really...
spend 20 minutes chewing.
They're probably really sinewy. Yeah. They're, like, muscular and sinewy. Imagine eating, like, a Sphinx cat.
Oh, my God.
Or, like, a hairless
You're just
cat.
chewing on bones at that point. Sucking on them for the flavor.
Yeah, it's like eating wrinkly skin.
You take a piece of chicken, but then you only eat the skin.
Oh, no.
Oh, man.
Do you have any more?
Let me see.
That was my last one.
Well, you know what they say. Dogs don't go to heaven.
That's a lie. They made a movie about it.
It was propaganda. Anti-Christian propaganda.
It's alright. Nobody goes to heaven.
That's right. You won't be seeing us there, so what do you want to do that? What business do you have there?
Yeah, why do you even want to go? We're not going to be there. What good is there to go there if Wolf and I are going to be there?
Exactly.
We're going to be partying somewhere else.
In the room. I lost it. It's gone. Continue.
We're going to be, partying whatever allowed us to exist in the universe.
Yeah.
We got backstage passes to hang out.
I'm getting down wild with aliens that act as our gods that actually created us. I'm ascending into robot heaven to be eternally protected.
It's funny that like the Overwatch story reminded me of like a collection of like 3 different stories.
That is fair.
Yeah, it was
to be
weird.
fair, I did describe like basically what would have been 3 different arcs.
Yeah. It's just funny, like, one of them was like, collectively, it was like, you're not familiar with this, but it was like a combination of A Psalm for the Wild Bill, which is a really popular book, that basically is like humanity made robots and the robots gain sentience and they're like, okay, we're going to leave. And then they just left into the
Bye.
And then a combination of that plus like Age of Ultron and then like iRobot with the Will Smith movie.
Yeah. I know those ones.
It's like all those 3. And then, sprinkle in some classic, like, global terror.
Yeah, naturally. Yeah, now I'm extra now got me going again. God.
It's all right. We're going to do another Overwatch episode, of course, because there's always stuff to talk about. And we'll do more there. When there's more story, when the final bits are all put into place.
Well, we'll be there. At least we'll get more.
Yeah,
Can't wait for 7 years to launch, and it's gonna take like 5 years to tell the story.
And then, inevitably, the fans will make a better one.
Probably. But you know, it took them so long. Now the fans are on the team, so the fans are making a better one.
True. That's what they were waiting for.
Genius.
They had to develop a fan base large enough where they could just like hire like people that are actually invested.
Yeah, you know what? It worked because that Ramatra, he was like the first like design launched by the new crew. And he's top tier.
Oh, nice. That's something that Wizards of the Coast, the people that make Magic do. They have like a designer competition like every couple of years. And they just hire like somebody that is not currently working for them. And most of them have been really good. The couple of recent ones have come out with some really unbalanced.
Oh, unfortunate.
It's not just
excited.
them. It's like, it's the team as a whole. But like, you could see like when these people were hired, when stuff started to derail.
I can feel that way about Lifeweaver. Not to go on another tangent. I didn't mention him at all because his launch was that bad. But he came before Alari literally like a month ago. And I think I've complained about you to him. The modeler, whoever modeled him, definitely fucked up because why is he like 10 feet tall? He's just a guy. He's just a guy. there's nothing. He's not superhuman. He's not an alien. He's not half robot. He's just a guy, and he's 10 feet tall, and he's supposed to be a support, and he's so easy to kill because of it. Unplayable.
Oh, because his hitbox is
huge. So they had to like change his hitbox. He used to like wear these like petals that came off of him like wings. They just had to make them not a part of his hitbox.
I love hearing about like terrible releases for like playable characters. Smite has a ton of them.
Oh, they've got so many characters.
It's awful. And well, yeah, they have how many characters Overwatch?
I think they're like maybe like 30-ish.
How often do you get one? Like once a year?
Oh, at first we didn't get any for like a couple of years. So they're aiming for like every month or every other month. Basically every competitive season, which is a little over 2 months. A little over a month, I mean. A little over a month.
Interesting. Why is the competitive season so short?
Is that?
Yeah, well, Smite's is a year.
A year?
Yeah. Theirs goes the entire year. Like, well, not okay. So not the entire year because they have breaks in between and they have like a break after Worlds. But like, if the previous Worlds, so the 2022's Worlds was in January, right? So this Worlds is going to be in November.
Is that like their pro league?
Next.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Not like the pro league's competitive season, but like the player competitive.
Oh, you're okay. You're talking. Yeah.
I was gonna say. I'm like, what?
Like, what the fuck? How is a pro league only like 2 months? Okay, we're on the same page. Yeah. Those timelines add up. Because Smite also makes a new god like about every month.
I see.
It's probably closer to like a month and a half, maybe 2, but like about a month.
I see. Yeah.
But they also started way earlier.
They did indeed.
There's 126.
Well, one day Overwatch will hit that. They've got enough characters to do it. They're just lying in wait, waiting to be balanced.
They're developing the story to add everybody.
Indeed.
Only took 7 years. All right, well, wrap it up.
I'm Wolf, wrapping things up, apparently.
Or take it away. That's what I meant to say.
I'm Wolf, taking things away. Thank you for watching episode 86 of You're Ridiculous. If you liked all that, be sure to hit the like, comment, and subscribe button and hit the bell so you get notified of the next episode.
That's right.
If you liked all that, you can or if you're watching on a podcast website, you can hit the plus and give us 5 stars to support the show. If you want to keep up with us, you can follow the main cast at ridiculous_cast on Instagram and Twitter. You can follow Lucas at 7AngryWasps with an E on Twitter. And you can follow me at RainbowDoes without the W, also on Twitter. We hope to see you guys all again next week. Until then, say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.